What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and more TV productions, movie productions, whatever it may be, are shutting down due to the coronavirus concerns, even ones that we thought were going to go ahead because maybe they were in countries like the UK where the government restrictions were a little more lax for people in response to the coronavirus pandemic. But now a big one that is going to stop production at least for 2 weeks. Again, a lot of these are just shutting down for 2 weeks to kind of wait and see. So hopefully they will only be shut down 2 weeks. But if I were a betting person, and I am, I would say it's going to be longer than that. The Witcher stops season 2 production due to coronavirus. So we're going to go through the next couple that have been announced in the past, maybe 12, 16 hours, somewhere around there. The Witcher stops season 2 production due to coronavirus. Production has been stopped for at least 2 weeks in an effort to protect all those involved in the Netflix series. Now, this was after Netflix announced they would stop all productions in the United States and Canada to help with the government requirements and what the health and safety precautions were in the US and Canada, meaning that they didn't mention anything about their UK productions, and a lot of people assumed those would be going forward. Well, not too long after that, they come out and they say this. They say that at the time, a source told The Witcher that there had been no major production shift. One scene was rescheduled, but it was because of cast availability. That has all changed now, with the site reporting the situation will continue to be assessed as time goes on. It was expected to wrap later this year in August for a release sometime in 2021, but this will now depend on when filming starts up again. Now that is for The Witcher 2, another big TV series that people have really been looking forward to right here, Lord of the Rings. Now, there's a lot of people that I work on the Geeks and Gamers team who are super stoked about Lord of the Rings and the potential for that movie series going forward. Some people that are very skeptical of it as well, but it looks like it is going to be delayed in New Zealand due to the coronavirus fears. Lord of the Rings has joined a swath of other major TV and film projects shutting down. The New Zealand Herald reported that Amazon's epic retelling of J.R.R. Tolkien's novel has ground to halt for at least 2 weeks. Again, another one of these that it's going to be 2 weeks and then wait and see. Of course, we've seen what could happen in just a few short weeks in places like Italy, in places like Spain, in places like France, that are basically now shut down as they just have exploding numbers of cases and, unfortunately, fatalities. And so I guess we'll wait and see what happens in 2 weeks. I would be surprised if some of these started back up. Now, these two are streaming services. These aren't necessarily as reliant on a production window and date to be released like some movies are, where movies were scheduled to be released then. Obviously, with movies, theaters being shut down completely in some cities, for instance, New York and Los Angeles have now completely shut down movie theaters, period. Everyone else has very restricted the number of people that can be in there at any one time. Movies are going to be a completely different story when they can start production again, and if they can even be released, the ones that they currently have. So studios are going to really feel the pressure and feel the burn when it comes to movies. But back to Lord of the Rings. The shutdown was reportedly communicated to the crew in a memo from producer JSR Productions. Said there are no clear answers to when we will resume production. So again, they did say it'll only be 2 weeks, but you can see right here they're preparing for the worst as well. No clear answers to when we will resume production. We're doing this to minimize stress on the resources and infrastructure around us by doing our part to reduce population density in our communities and daily activities in efforts to help reduce the spread of the virus. And then some more Warner Brothers productions. We talked about how the Batman, they said that they were going to continue filming. Then hours later, they changed their minds and shut it down. Well, here's other Warner Brothers productions. Fantastic Beasts 3 and King Richard. Warner Brothers productions are also on hiatus due to you know why. I don't want to say it too much. I've already said it, so I'm probably done, but whatever. We just heard Warner Brothers' Fantastic Beasts will not be commencing production in London tomorrow due to safety of the current climate. In addition, Will Smith's tennis drama, King Richard, which follows Serena and Venus Williams' dad. I can't say I don't really care about that movie. But that will also be delayed due to the virus. And then Fantastic Beasts 3, I think, was probably the bigger one that more people probably have concerns about. Haven't been a big fan of the Fantastic Beasts franchise, to be quite honest. But I know there are a lot of people who are. The first Fantastic Beasts film was set in New York, the second in Paris, and the third is going to be in Rio de Janeiro. The first two movies have grossed $1.5 billion worldwide. All this cast are returning. But yesterday, Warner's closed down the UK shoot of Matt Reeves' The Batman for 2 weeks, and then today, well, I guess this was yesterday, we found out that it is going to be the same thing for Fantastic Beasts 3. So we will see when some of these will resume. Now, I honestly think that anything that's currently in production in one way, shape, or form is going to be canceled. We know that Falcon and the Winter Soldier has also been shut down. The Marvel TV show, that was announced recently as well. The idea that Black Widow could still release in theaters, I think is ridiculous. I don't think that's happening. I think I would expect an announcement probably today or tomorrow as more and more theaters completely close down that Black Widow is going to be on hold as well. And this is going to have huge ramifications. We keep talking about it. It's huge ramifications for the world, obviously, and there's much more important things than movies being released in theaters, but we cover entertainment here. So the idea that everything is going to be pushed. You're going to have movies that are in production. I was talking to Midnight's Edge and Midnight's Edge After Dark yesterday on this channel, and they talked about how small productions that really had to fight to get made, a lot of those are likely to be swept away and never heard from again. Obviously, these big pictures are going to continue with things like The Batman, things like Fantastic Beasts. Those are going to go ahead because you have so much invested in those. But when it comes to the smaller productions, a lot of those may just get wiped away and never be seen again due to the fact they don't have much money tied up in it and not much need to be dedicated to it. But we have a couple more big shows that have been delayed. Let me know your thoughts on this. The Witcher, Lord of the Rings, Fantastic Beasts. What do you guys think about these projects being delayed? And do you think it'll really only be 2 weeks, or are we looking at much longer delay time? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.